Hi, welcome back to art class. Today I am the Royal Queen of Rectangles and you are going to draw a portrait of me. A portrait is a drawing, painting, or sometimes photograph of a person. A portrait shows the person's face and usually focuses on their head and shoulders. Let's look at some famous portraits by artists throughout history. This is a portrait by Pablo Picasso. This is a portrait by Vincent van Gogh. This is a portrait by Frida Kahlo. A portrait by one of my favorite artists, Gustav Klimt. And this is perhaps the most famous portrait of all, the Mona Lisa, painted by Leonardo da Vinci. Now that we know what a portrait is, let's draw one together. We're going to draw a portrait of me, the Royal Queen of Rectangles. Get your paper, pencil, and something to color with, and we can get started. Okay, let's start drawing. Hopefully you have a paper and a pencil. I want you to use a pencil so that you can erase and make changes if you need to. I am going to use my black marker so that you can see my drawing better to follow along with me. Our paper, well, mine is a rectangle. Rectangles have 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they have 4 equal corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. And rectangles are usually, they have 2 short sides that match and 2 long sides that match. So this paper is a rectangle. Right now, this rectangle paper is horizontal, side to side. But when we draw a portrait, a picture of a person, it's better to have your paper vertical so that we have room to put the head, neck, and shoulders on our vertical rectangle. Okay, the Royal Queen of Rectangles has a rectangle crown and she has lots of rectangle designs all over. So we're going to start with her crown at the top of our paper and work our way down. So let's do our first rectangle right here near the top, but I'm leaving a space. Draw a horizontal line. And then on each end of your horizontal line, short vertical lines down. And then connect them together with a horizontal line at the bottom. There we have our first rectangle. Let's keep going. Let's make some smaller rectangles for the top of her crown. On one of your corners, start at the edge and go up, over, down. Leave a space and then do it again. Up, over, down. These are small rectangles. Up, over, down. Up, over, down. Up, over, down. Wow, lots of rectangles. Right now it kind of looks like a Lego to me, but as we add more of our portrait, it'll come together. Okay, so let's do the head. We're going to do a big letter U to start her head, and then we'll add the features of her face. Underneath the bottom of your crown, I'm going to go in from the corner a little bit and then do a big letter U. Wow. Okay, now let's do her nose. Right in the middle of our U here, we're going to draw a nose for our Queen of Rectangles. Let me get a scrap paper here, because there are so many different ways you can draw a nose. You could do just a bump, a little U, it could be a pointy nose, it could be a round nose. You can decide how you want to draw a nose for your artwork. So right in the middle of mine, I'm just going to do a little bump. That's going to be the nose for my Queen of Rectangles. All right, and then underneath we will fit the mouth. So I'm going to start with a smile curve. Okay, but when I think of a royal queen, I think of someone who looks like super fancy. So I think she needs some fancy lips. So above your smile line, let's draw a little letter V. And then connect the top of your V to the edge of your smile line on both sides. 1, 2. Oh boy. And then we're going to add the bottom lip with another U curved line. Whoa! Those are some fancy lips. Okay, how will she see us? She probably needs to be able to see all of the rectangles that she's responsible for, so she needs some eyes. So let's draw some eyes for our Royal Queen of Rectangles. I am going to start with a curve up and then a curve down. Curve up, curve down. All right, and then inside her eyes we can draw a circle for the iris. Ooh, the iris is the colorful part of our eyes. So we can have, our queen could have green eyes or brown eyes or blue eyes. You can color her iris later, and then inside the iris we can do the black pupil. There's one eye. So on my other eye, I need an iris and a pupil. Okay. Except, remember, she's a queen, so let's give her some super fancy eyelashes. Oh la la. Okay, so I'm going to draw a curve right above the eye, and then lots of little curves connected to that. Ooh, she's so pretty. Oh, she's so fancy. Wow. Okay, she can see, she can smell, she can talk or taste. How will she hear us? What if we have a problem and we need more rectangles and we have to go ask the queen to give us some rectangles? Okay, she needs to be able to hear us. So let's add ears. And usually on a human's face, the ears are about, the tops of ears are about eye level and the bottoms are about mouth level. So on the outside here, I'm going to go from eye to mouth. Just a little curve on the outside. Alrighty. Oh, she's so fancy. Okay, now she's just a floating head with a crown. So let's add her neck and shoulders. To start the neck, we're going to use some more vertical lines. Short, little vertical lines. And then let's connect that to the side of a paper, and we can do her shoulders that way on both sides. Alright, and then this would be a good time to give her some hair. So you can decide how you want your queen's hair to be. It really doesn't have to look like me. Like, I'm not really the queen of rectangles. We know this, right? So you can design your queen of rectangles any way you want to. But I'm going to start at the top of the crown corner here, and I'm going to go, maybe I'll make a wavy line. Maybe she has wavy kind of curly hair. Just down to the shoulders. And it might be super long. It can go behind her shoulders. Okay, and then she's missing some clothes, so we should give her a royal rectangle robe. Okay, but remember we're featuring rectangles today, so let's give her a collar. We're going to start with a letter V. Okay, and then watch. I am going to turn my artwork so that one side of the V looks horizontal to me. So now it can be horizontal from my point of view, and I'm going to turn that into a rectangle. So from this line here, I will do short vertical lines and then close it with another horizontal line. There's a rectangle. All right, and then I'm going to turn my paper the other way to do the other side of her collar. Now this one looks horizontal to me, so I'll do vertical, vertical, horizontal. When we look back at it, they are diagonal rectangles. Diagonal goes on an angle. Ooh, we haven't really used that word this year, have we, during art class? So now we have horizontal lines, horizontal side to side. We have vertical lines, vertical goes up and down. And we just made some diagonal lines. Diagonal goes on an angle. Pretty cool. Lots of art vocabulary. All right, so now this is where I am going to stop telling you to copy me, and you need to start making it your own. So if you haven't already made yours a little bit different than mine, now is the time. But remember, we're featuring rectangles. So I'm going to speed up the video as I add my own details to this Queen of Rectangles, and I would like you to draw something from your own ideas, or you can use mine as inspiration. Here I go. All right, there she is, my Royal Queen of Rectangles. There are so many rectangles I tried to pack into this one drawing. This portrait of the Royal Queen of Rectangles. What do you think we should do next? Color! Is tired from coloring so fast. Here she is, my Royal Queen of Rectangles. I hope you had fun drawing a portrait with me today. You can start designing portraits of your own unique characters, or you could even draw a self-portrait. That's when an artist draws a picture of themselves. Here's how mine turned out. I hope you enjoyed making a portrait of your own, and I will see you next time. Bye!